Before the lights come on and before the judges take their seats, welcome back to Golden Buzzer Tales, the place where impossible dreams find a voice and ordinary people become unforgettable legends. And today you are about to witness a story that feels too powerful to be real, yet every second of it will stay with you long after the final note fades away. The camera opens on the bustling streets of Manila, where life never truly slows down. Jeepneys rumble past in bright colors, vendors call out to passers-by, and the air is thick with heat, noise, and hope. In a narrow alley tucked between old concrete buildings lives a boy named Juan. He is small for his age, with worn sandals, a faded shirt, and eyes that carry both exhaustion and wonder. Juan is not famous. He is not wealthy. He does not have connections or advantages. What he has is a voice that carries the weight of his life and the dreams of everyone he loves. Juan wakes up before sunrise every day. The sound of roosters mixes with distant traffic as he carefully steps over his sleeping siblings. His mother works long hours cleaning houses, and his father left years ago in search of work and never returned. Juan helps where he can. He fetches water, runs errands, and sings on the streets for spare coins. Music is not just a passion for him. It is survival. When he sings, people stop. Some smile, some cry, some drop a few coins into his cup and move on, never knowing how much that small kindness means. At night, when the city quiets just enough, Juan listens to old songs on a borrowed radio. He learns melodies by heart, practicing softly so he does not wake anyone. He imagines big stages, bright lights, and an audience that listens not because they feel sorry for him, but because they are moved. He does not know how it will happen, only that one day it must. The chance comes when a local community center announces auditions for a televised talent show selection. The odds are impossible. Thousands apply. Very few are chosen. Juan almost does not go. He has no money for transportation and no proper clothes. His mother encourages him, pressing his hands and telling him that sometimes faith is all you need to carry. He walks for hours under the hot sun to reach the audition hall, his heart pounding with every step. When Juan sings that day, the room falls silent. It is not perfection that captures attention. It is honesty. The judges feel it immediately. A few weeks later, the impossible happens. Juan is selected to audition for America's Got Talent. The journey from Manila to the United States feels like stepping into another universe. It is his first time on a plane. He presses his face against the window, watching clouds pass beneath him, whispering a quiet prayer that he will not disappoint the people who believe in him. Backstage at AGT, Juan is overwhelmed. The lights are brighter than anything he has ever seen. The stage feels enormous. He can hear the crowd buzzing, judges talking, cameras moving. His hands shake. A producer asks how he feels. Juan smiles nervously and says he is scared but grateful. He thinks of his mother back home watching on a borrowed television, of his siblings waiting to hear his voice through a screen, and suddenly the fear becomes purpose. The announcer calls his name. Juan walks onto the stage, each step heavy and sacred. The crowd sees a small boy standing alone under the spotlight. Simon Cowell looks up with curiosity, as do the other judges. They ask Juan about his life. He speaks simply, honestly, explaining where he comes from and why he sings. There is no self-pity, only quiet strength. Simon asks what song he will sing. Juan takes a breath and answers. The music starts, soft and gentle. For a moment, his voice trembles. Then, something shifts. The boy from the streets of Manila disappears, and an artist steps forward. His voice fills the theater, raw and emotional, carrying stories of hunger, hope, loss, and unbreakable faith. The audience leans in. Judges exchange glances. Some place hands over their mouths. As Juan reaches the chorus, his voice rises with a power that seems impossible from someone so young. It is not just sound. It is truth. Cheers begin to fall in the crowd. One of the judges wipes their eyes. Simon Cowell sits forward, his expression changing from curiosity to disbelief. Every note Juan sings feels like a confession and a promise. He sings for his mother, for his siblings, for every child who feels invisible. When the final note fades, there is a moment of stunned silence. Then the theater explodes. The audience leaps to their feet. Cheers roar. Applause crashes like thunder. Juan stands frozen, unsure of what to do. His eyes dart to the judges, searching for a sign. The judges stand as well, clapping. One tells him that his voice is something rare. Another says they felt every word. Simon Cowell remains quiet for a moment, looking directly at Juan. Simon speaks slowly, carefully. He says he has heard many singers, but what Juan brought to the stage was something special. He talks about authenticity, about how you cannot teach someone to feel that deeply. Juan listens, barely breathing. Then Simon stands. The crowd senses something. A wave of anticipation spreads. Simon looks at Juan and says that this is the reason the show exists. He reaches for the golden buzzer. Time seems to stop. When Simon presses it, golden confetti rains from above. The sound is overwhelming. The lights flash. The crowd screams. Juan collapses to his knees, covering his face as tears pour out. He cannot believe it. The golden buzzer means a direct pass to the live shows. It means recognition. It means hope. Judges rush the stage. One hugs him. Another kneels beside him, telling him he deserves this moment. Juan looks up through the falling gold, his face a mix of shock, joy, and disbelief. He whispers thank you over and over. Back in Manila, neighbors gather around small screens. His mother watches with trembling hands, tears streaming down her face. She falls to her knees, thanking God. His siblings shout and cry, hugging each other. The entire community feels like they have won something together. After the performance, Juan speaks backstage. He struggles to find words. He says he sang from his heart and never imagined this would happen. He dedicates the moment to his family and to everyone who dreams without resources but refuses to give up. As the days pass, Juan becomes a symbol, not just of talent, but of resilience. News outlets share his story. People around the world talk about the boy from Manila who touched Simon Cowell and millions of viewers. Yet Juan remains humble. He practices every day, determined to honor the opportunity he has been given. When the live shows arrive, the pressure increases. Juan feels it, but he also feels supported. The judges mentor him. Vocal coaches help refine his technique, but they never try to change his essence. They know that what makes him special cannot be manufactured. Each performance is stronger than the last. Juan learns how to command the stage, how to breathe through nerves, how to let silence speak as loudly as sound. He remembers where he came from and why he sings. No matter how the competition ends, Juan has already won something greater. He has shown that dreams are not reserved for the privileged. That a voice born in hardship can echo across the world. That kindness, faith, and perseverance still matter. As the season continues, Juan stands taller. He smiles more, yet every time he sings, you can still hear the streets of Manila in his voice. The past does not disappear. It becomes part of the music. And for Simon Cowell, that golden buzzer moment becomes one he will never forget. He later says that moments like that remind him why he believes in talent shows. Because sometimes, against all odds, a single voice can change everything. Juan's journey is far from over. But one thing is certain. The boy who once sang for coins under flickering streetlights now sings for the world. And the world listens. This is not just a talent show story. It is a human story. A reminder that hope can come from anywhere, that greatness can rise from the humblest places, and that sometimes, all it takes is one chance, one song, and one golden buzzer to turn a dream into destiny. Stay with Golden Buzzer.